everyone, welcome to another episode of Tribune Update on Tribune Online TV. My name is Fika Dioye and with me is my colleague
Deborah Mustafa.
On today's episode, we have with us the newly appointed Chief Press Secretary to the Governor of Oyo State, Mr. Taiwo Adisa. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you very much.
Nice to have you.
Thank you very much.
We are grateful and honored to have.
Yeah, nice to be here. This is home.
Now, business of today.
Yes.
Who is Taiwo Adisa?
Well, if you say who is Taiwo Adisa in Tribune, then the question will have answered itself. In the media, the question will have really answered itself. You know, this is my home, really, I should say. And oppositors, I was just telling you that's the picture. Oppositors is the picture of the Tribune office in Abuja, and that used to be my office. So I was the Abuja Bureau Chief of Tribune, and also the group politics editor of the paper. We handle the politics side of it all along. Well, I've been reporting politics since I joined media. I mean, since I started reporting as a reporter. I've always taken interest in politics, and I've always taken interest also, you know, somehow you could look for in science. I took some interest in science reporting. I like discoveries, really, as a person. So I like to read things that discover how people do research on discovering things. So I used to reporting. I mean, I used to report some scientific things and all that. But basically, I like politics, and I've always developed myself in political reporting. Yeah, sure.
Okay, sir. If I may ask you, sir, you were once a spokesperson to a former Senator Abdul Wabara from 2003-2005. Sir, do you have any intention to be in politics in the future?
To go into politics?
Yes, full politics, like to be a full politician in the future and not a media personality.
Yeah, well, there's a thin line between political reporting and politics practice. Really, there's a very thin line because you mix with politicians on a daily basis. You mix with the good, the bad. Not too bad. I'm not too good, so really. I mean, some people will tell you lies. So you get used, some people will tell you the truth. So you get used to who is who. I mean, you make friends with those who can say the truth and say it as it is. And you get used to those who you know when they call you, the next thing they will say is half lie, half truth. So you get used to all those things so that nothing really surprises you. You know, when you call me, I know the person you are. My mind is already prepared to know what I should expect. And when I put a question to you, you answer me, I know what the answer is talking about. The answer is telling me that I should report that thing with a pinch of salt. So that if I want to report it, I will triple cross-check. But there are some people who have established that when they say, I was in so place and this is what happened, this is what happened, this is what happened. By the time you cross-check with the next person, they will just tell you exactly the same thing. And those ones become your friends. And along the line, you build a court of friendship. So politics is about service, it's about networking with people, and reporting is about politics reporting is about reporting the people. And if you are interested in development, you'll be interested in political development. Because political developments are things that could better the life of the people. I mean, as a person like Engineer Sheyi Makinde that I'm just going to work with, I've started working with. Now, on his personal note, he can do some things. Yeah, he could set up a scholarship, give scholarships to some 1,000, 2,000, 10,000 students within his community. But he couldn't probably do further than that. He cannot tar the road from here to Isheyin as a person. Even if he has the means to do that, he cannot do it because there's a law. And so law governs the conduct of people. And law restricts what you can do as a person. Dangote is the richest African. He cannot take off Lagos Ibadan. Though he could have the money to do it on a personal level. He cannot do it because there's a law. That's it. So because politics defines our lives. So a lot of people do want to come in, but you know, there's also the good and the bad. And they also say that politics is dirty. It shouldn't really be dirty. And so a lot of people, there is service and there is not lack of service, let me put it that way. So I wouldn't say yes or no to that answer. I will continue to provide service at the level that I can within the capacity of my association with politics.
Sir, you said you started working with Seyi Makinde.
Yes.
Like so far, have you faced any challenges? Like has there been any challenges so far?
Well, life itself is a challenge, but you should know that these are early days. I'm just like 2 days, 2 days in the office. I wouldn't say there's a challenge working with him, but there's a challenge on duty in the sense that we've got something to do. And rightly or wrongly, some people will want to obstruct that thing that we want to do. It's got a 4-point agenda to deliver to the people of your state. Now, good enough. Well, on paper, you look at it, oh, these are good policies and all that. But there are people who, whether they've read the policy document or they've not read it, they will just condemn it outright. And so there are people like that. So it means that we've got to communicate the government more and more to the people. You've got to tell the people this is good for you, and when you embrace this, you see the benefits. And the government will then practically make them to see the benefits. And by doing that, you know, a lot of people will come on board. But you won't say there won't be challenges in whatever you want to do as a human being, because some people, rightly or wrongly, will oppose you.
Okay, sir. What are your intentions of changing the face of reporting of Oyo State and that of His Excellency, Engineer Seyi Makinde?
Yeah, that's a very big one, because it's in the core of what we have to do. It's in the core of what we have to do, really. And you know that there is something that I call provincialism. Maybe I should use that word now in journalism. You know, apart from being a reporter, I'm also a journalism student. Actually, I should have finished my PhD not long years ago. You know, one thing or the other would delay me. I'm still at it. But I'm still a journalism scholar. I'm a mass communication scholar as well. So I could call it provincialism in the sense that reporting from the states, a lot of our correspondents tend to get cultured into the province that they are. They just want to, when you see a news story, when you look at a news story, you could say, oh, this story should be in the front page, or how can I make this story to be in the front page? That should be the intent of a reporter, normally. But some people will just look at it and go and pick the smallest aspect of it and make that one their headline. That has already reduced that story to page 40. So and that also reduces the impact, the subject of that story. Wow, because if the governor of your state, for instance, make news and is supposed to be on page 1 or page 3, and then the reporter has already reported it in a way that the news editor can only put it in page 10 or page 50, then you've already reduced the visibility of that person. So we've got to do something about that kind of provincialism in reporting, to make sure that our people, our reporters generally imbibe the sense of, when they say the global village, to ensure that when they report, they are reporting for everybody, and they are making it open in the sense that this story, you make it look good in the sense it could enter the front page. It could compete with any other story on the page 1 or page 3 or even page 2. So we're going to do that. So we're going to be collaborating with the correspondents, reporters generally in the state. Journalists generally in the state. We've got to look at opportunities for trainings. We've got to look at a lot of organizations really do one manner of training or the other in journalism and reporting, Greek reporting, all manners of reporting, and all that. We've got to take advantage of institutes that are also here. You've got IITA in this place, you've got CRANE, you've got FRAIN, you've got all manners of federal government agencies here. So we've got to take advantage of what they can do to train people in the areas, in reporting some of the areas that are special. But generally, as the level of government, we make sure that reporters, particularly those covering government houses, and generally the union in the state, the reporters in the state, will make sure that they take on the latest reporting tools so that we can better their reporting, can better their focus, can better their vision. When they see a story, they know that, oh, this story, we can make it look good and it can enter the front page.
Thank you. About that of His Excellency, sir, Engineer Seyi Makinde. Most people believe that what in the speech of the governor or the president is always different from what the spokesperson delivers to the public.
That should not be. That should not be, because that will show a disconnect. The spokesperson person should be like a repeater station of what the principal is doing, because it's part and parcel of the principal. When the principal is making that statement, before he makes that statement, there's already backroom discussions as to what is our idea on this, what is our idea on that, what is our policy on this. So when anybody within and the spokesperson's mode is talking, he's going to be talking similarly to what the principal has said. So if you see principal delivering a speech somewhere, even though I'm not there, you put a call to me on, oh, what is the policy of, I will tell you that this is our policy on this, because there's synergy. So we're going to bring synergy into governance to make sure that we deliver on our goods.
Do you have any advice or anything to say to the media as a whole?
Yes, the media, for the media managers, the media is a broad area, so you've got to classify it. The media managers, the reporters, there's the business aspect of the media, and there's the professional aspect of it. If I want to classify the media, I would say that it's job for everybody, because once a newspaper is on the street, you see the Free Readers Association people, the people that patronize the vendors, the people that gather around the vendors in the morning. They are artisans, some of them don't have jobs, some of them are read, some of them not read, and things like that. But you see them arguing about, oh, this story should have been like this story should have been put this way, oh, this story is good, and all that. And you tend to check what level of professionalism is there for them. But everybody has got an opinion on the media. When you listen to a radio program, for instance, some people say, why is that reporter, or why is that presenter saying this and not saying this? And also because it is something within the milieu of the society, and they say that the media is a product of its society. And so you got to relate your society back to the people. That's why they say it's a mirror. You got to mirror it back to the people. So we encourage the media managers to farm up the business aspect of the profession very well. You see that in the industry right now, you cannot say that the industry is doing well in terms of the business aspect of it. And if you look at the NBS statistics, you will see that the media is still in recession. It's still one of the sectors of the industry, of the economy, that's still in recession. Probably we are growing at 2%, and only the oil sector, because of the boom in the oil sector, quote unquote boom now, in the sense that you have oil going from $30, $35 to $60, $70 per barrel. Because of that boost, that's what brought out Nigeria itself from recession, and that is the only wind we are using to fly out of the recession zone. Almost all other sectors, maybe with the exception of Nollywood, is not in recession right now. Every other sector, media is still in recession. So that shows that we've got to do well on the business side of it. And that takes a lot of creativity. It's something that is not something that you can just put on paper and start writing. That's one. And on the other side of it, the reporters, I think nice that young people like you are coming on board. You see, when you get into mass communication classes and you ask how many of them want to be journalists, how many of them want to be in print, how many of them want to be in a broadcast, how many of them want to be in PR and all that, you see that when you say that people should do option A4 in a class and line up, you see that the people that want to go to print, they will be the fewest because not many people want to continue to read. Not many people think that they should be putting things on ground for writing and describing things. A lot of people believe that it's tedious and that they should not. And also, a lot of our people also out there, they also don't like to read. A lot of people believe that it's easy when you sit down in front of television and then somebody has given the news is being read and you just sit down there and listen to the news and go. you don't have to train. You don't have to threaten your brain to say, oh, let me read what this thing is saying and whatever. And although every segment of the mass communication has its own good sides, you know, print you could keep it, but once a broadcast is made, it's flash and it's gone. And and even radio and all of them have their own uses. But you know, we need to get the teachers, the journalism teachers now, to take due advantage of the lacuna in the system, the kind of whittled down influence. I mean, whittled down impact of people liking to read and all, to make sure that they teach them the intricacies of print journalism, intricacies of broadcast journalism. A lot of people like the flash, you know, I want to be in the front and show that, oh, I'm here, and I showbiz and all those things, you see. So they want to go into broadcasting. They want to do the vibe, oh, I'm here, blah, 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 blah. And also, but not many people want to go into print journalism because they think that it's tedious, it's this and that. So the training has to start from the schools. Because also maybe because they say their level of education is going down, and you see a lot of people coming out of mass communication departments, they come for ITs and they cannot even write one paragraph of a story. You say, okay, join social person and go and cover an assignment. What they will write is, you wonder, what is the meaning of this? I've encountered a lot of people that come on probably ITs or come for freelance, and when they say, okay, go and cover and go and cover the story, and you start the story from the man also said that, what have you told me? You have not told me what has happened. You are telling me the man also said. What did he say before? So you see the capacity of training, the level of training has reduced from the schools. So we got to take it out from there. The schools have to up their game. The university should lead the community rather than the community leading the university. These days, our university sit back and keep on teaching people what they were taught 30 years ago, particularly in journalism, in mass communication, when you have common trends, current trends, almost every minute of the world, you've got to see trends. It's just like medicine, and also law, which keeps on reverberating every now and then. So our journalism teachers should do a lot in terms of trying to improve on or make what they are being taught to relate directly to what people will encounter on the field, and so that when they get to the field, they will be able to fit in. A lot of times you are looking for people to employ, or somebody calls you and says, can you help me get somebody who can write? And you are scrambling all around. And when you still look at the employment schedule and unemployment record, you say, Nigeria has also unemployment record. But then I'm looking for one person to recommend to social person, and I cannot find. It happens to us a lot. So you know, it's a lot of combined effects here and there, and we pray that the profession will keep on flying, keep on growing from strength to strength, and it will call for collective effort of both students coming out of the secondary school, really, and students coming out of the university. If you ask somebody like me, I will tell you that from my Form 2. That was when I knew that I wanted to read mass communication. Not that my teacher told me that I should do. And because I took interest in reading newspapers, and particularly I recall one edition of Sunday Concord, I think it was Sunday Concord. I kept it up to recently. I'm sure it's still in my library in Lagos. I'm sure. I kept that. They used to do careers, and they did. They did career. That career was on mass communication, and they thought about what it is and what you need and all that. And I did the cutting. I kept it. So I kept on reading it and reading it, and I was doing well in physics, chemistry, biology. But my mom took particular interest in from one, bought me all those big Blamberts, this and that. So I was reading them ahead of my class. So by the time we do exam, I will take prizes in all those 3 subjects. So my teachers were thinking that, this boy, he will do so. But when it was Was it from 4 or so when we were supposed to pick a subject, and I chose this one. They called me to the staff room. I said, what is your problem? I said, no. I know, this course that I want to study does not require this ones. This is the course, these are the subjects that, this is my course. I said, who told you that? I said, I have to be reading this thing. Children, when they do career days, we should let them imbibe what they think, the career they think they want to pursue later in life. We should let them imbibe it, let them go on internet, click on what that career is all about, so that they can read about it and start visualizing what they will be. Rather than, want to do career day, we just give our children apparel to do that, and he doesn't do anything about it again. The next day, the next minute, he's watching films, and he doesn't even check anything about that career again. I think it's an all-encompassing something.
Oh, thank you so much, sir.
Sorry.
Said it all.
You didn't have water.
Yeah. You, sir.
Nice to hear.
Yes, at this juncture, we'll come to the end of the show. Meet you next time on another edition of Tribune Updates on your favorite channel, Tribune Online TV. I remain your girl, Deborah Mustafa, and my partner,
Faith Adeoye.
Stay connected, and don't forget to subscribe to Tribune Online TV for more updates and programs. And don't forget to click on the like as well. Stay connected to the next show. Bye.